And today we're talking about being intentional with growth and change and changing your financial system. So changing your financial system isn't something that's just going to happen by itself. So if you want to take action and move into a different financial system, or you're unhappy with the way things are right now, you can't expect that things are just going to naturally change on their own just because you're wishing it, or you're dreaming about it, or you want it to happen. You actually have to take intentional and deliberate steps in order to change into a different financial system.
And sometimes that's painful. You know, you have to focus on what you want to do and stick to it. That's important.
Yeah, your financial growth isn't going to happen just by putting money in the bank or waiting for investments to show up on your doorstep. If you want your family to change your financial system, you have to do so with intention. So, and there could be, like, you could trip yourself up, and there could be roadblocks along the way, right, Mike? I mean, we encountered that, like stepping into, I'll save later. I'll do this growth later on when I'm older or when my kids are grown.
Well, to me, that's just a cop-out. If you hear about infinite banking and you don't want to dig into it and learn more right away, I think right there's the first intentional thing you should do. Do the research, do the lessons, talk to people that understand infinite banking. Yes, maybe it's not for you, but do the intentional work to see if it is for you. Mm-hmm. And if it is, don't wait. Move forward.
Yeah, and another one that people encounter is, what if I do it wrong? What if it's less than perfect, right?
You're going to do it wrong.
So
I'll tell you that right now. You're going to make mistakes because we did. And you learn from them mistakes. That's the best part of that. Mistakes are just a different path. Come back to the original path. That's all it is. It's a side thing for a minute.
Right, yeah, we don't learn when everything's perfect, right? I mean, when everything goes real smooth, we don't learn because we just expect it's going to continue to go that way for us. When we learn is when we actually make mistakes, and we actually have to step back, or we have to correct where we are. That's when we learn the best way to handle a situation, right?
Yeah, I think like me and Sandy did it together, so we both had the same intentional focus, and I think that kept us on track better because she'd tell me when to come back. I tried to tell her when to come back, but sometimes that didn't work. But I think you both together, it works better.
Yeah, and for us, like, you have to be intentional. So that means not looking at it like it's just going to be a hobby, like it's something you're just going to do on the weekends or once in a great while, or when things feel a little stressed. Oh, when things feel stressed, now let's look at our financial situation. You need to look at it every day. Good days, bad days, ugly days, right? I mean, we had to sit down and look at exactly where we were and move forward from there. So you're looking at it every day and taking strategic steps towards changing the way you're currently doing things. Because especially if the way you're currently doing something isn't working, right? You want to change it. So you need to take responsibility for that growth yourself. You can't just expect somebody else to handle it for you. For us, we used the infinite banking concept to change our financial situation, and that is putting our funds into a participating whole life policy that we were then able to borrow against and use those funds, and we were paying off debt when we got started. So this was how we started, hyper focused on paying off our debt. We had to look at it every day to see how we were progressing, or if we were making mistakes along the way. We had to know what we were doing wrong so that we could correct those mistakes.
Well, you wanted to correct them as quick as you could.
Yeah, but if we hadn't done it in steps, I don't think we would have had the results and the progress that we had. Because growth is going to compound through intentional steps. It's just like putting your money in a system where you have compounding growth. It's going to compound every day. You can't put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out. You can't do the same thing with changing your financial system. You can't start, stop. It's got to be intentional. It's got to be every day.
Well, you keep moving forward. You get that intentional path, and you stay on it. Yeah, there's going to be places you deviate, but come back and start there again. And eventually you will get to the end goal you want.
And when you're changing your financial system, it's like anything else. It's kind of like when, trying to lose weight or be healthier or, growing a business. It's a long term. It's not something you're just going to do once in a while or just for a short period of time. It's something you're going to do long term. For us, changing our financial system was something we were planning to do the rest of our life. We were always going to be moving in that direction. So I want you to think today about how, changing your financial system and how you are going to be intentional about it, how you're going to, make the decision to move forward in steps, with action and effort, and be really intentional about changing your financial system. So thank you for joining us today. Each week we're going to meet you here, and we're going to share with you money and mindset and how they relate to each other.
We'll see you next week on Fridays. And if you want to reach out to us personally, you can reach out to us, bankingwiththefries.com.
See you next Friday.
Bye.